Titanic stories. The Feminist. Mrs. Margaret Brown was the founder of the Denver's Women's Club. She was the daughter of Irish immigrants and was born in 1867. She was one of the survivors of the Titanic tragedy. Out of the many survivors, she got the title Unsinkable due to her heroics. Though the title was pretty much dubbed by Hollywood, Hollywood's version of her was pretty much distorted. They also called her Molly rather than Margaret or Maggie, which she was usually called in real life. Though the one thing they did got right was that she was a feminist through and through. During the Titanic tragedy, she helped in loading passengers into lifeboats. That is, until she was forced into boarding a lifeboat herself. She eventually boarded Lifeboat 6. On Lifeboat 6, she realized that the lifeboat was not full to its capacity, so she urged fellow passengers to turn back and search for more survivors. She kept their morals up and kept everyone rowing together to help and to keep warm. In comparison, one of the men on the lifeboat was said to be emotional and unstable. To me, it is quite understandable. I mean, as a crewman, he feared and knew that their lifeboat could get sucked in by the sinking ship if they get too near. Anyway, they didn't, and they managed to get on the Carpathia, the ship that came to their rescue. While in Carpathia, Maggie didn't just sit idle. She managed to use her language skills in French, German, and Russian to help the survivors. Thus, a survivors committee was also established. It was for the first-class passengers to help secure basic necessities for the second and third-class survivors. Basics like medical assistance, food, and getting in touch with family and friends. The committee managed to raise $10,000 for helping passengers who most needed it at the time. Being the modern woman with a mind of her own, she was upset that due to her being a woman, she was not allowed to testify at the Titanic's hearing. So she took it upon herself and wrote her version of what happened to the newspaper in Denver, New York, and Paris. She was already loved by the survivors for helping, but she became more famous after her version was published. Thus, using this newfound fame, she took the opportunity to make her voice and opinions heard. She talked about matters she was concerned with, issues such as women's rights, labor's rights, the education, literacy, and even historical preservations. Even during the World War I, she didn't just stood still or be quiet. She ended up working with the American Committee for devastated France, which later awarded her the French Légion d'honneur. Lastly, in 1932, she passed away in her sleep after living a full life of generosity, achievement, and purpose.